everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and today we are going to be talking all about our 5 favorite British Christmas traditions and the ones that I've really had to adapt to, seeing that I'm American. Is that right?
You are definitely American. That is correct.
After 20 plus years here, I still have my very American accent. So the
question is how we spell favorite.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I spell favorite Favorite. How do you spell favorite?
Well, obviously I stick a U in it because that's the correct way to spell favorite, at least if you're over here and if you're a limey like me. Did you know that when I was in America, living in America, I would be called a limey all the time? I never really understood that.
I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of that before.
She doesn't know that.
Comment down below if you know how do you spell limey?
Limey, L-I-M-E-Y.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, comment down below.
That was the affectionate term given to Brits.
Okay. Does it still exist?
So,
sure. Anyway.
Julie, what are you going to pick as your first favourite British Christmas tradition?
That's right. So when I first married into this family, one of the things I had to get my head around is this tradition here called swags, making swags. I had no idea what they were. But now that's why I've put them as number 1, because they're probably my favorite thing to do and to create in order to decorate the house, are making these amazing swags. And we really just go onto the estate, we forage all of the foliage, and we create these swags, and they go over the door frame, if you like, around the house. And they're very festive. They've got holly in them, lots of green foliage, pieces of dried orange, acorns, pine cones, yeah, and they're fun to make.
They do look amazing once they're up, but the truth is they leave behind them a trail of ecological destruction, because if you go into the kitchen after Julie has been making swags, well, you can't go into the kitchen because there is no room. There are leaves, there are branches, there are twigs, there's holly, it's all absolutely everywhere.
And it's brilliant.
And guess who gets to clear it up?
Me.
No. No,
I clear it up.
I think it's usually me.
No.
So well, I don't know whether swags are top of my list for that reason. I like looking at them, but the aftermath of swag making, I think we can improve.
Well, no, we'll have to debate that one. All right, okay. What's your, I mean, listen, I've had to adapt all of these. But number 2.
Well, number 2 for me has to do with food, of course. And I think it's our wonderful tradition of making mince pies and, of course, what we call plum pudding. There's something really interesting about plum pudding. Hasn't got plums in it.
I know.
Yeah.
I did figure that out.
Both mince pies and plum pudding, though, often have suet.
Yes.
Which makes them not terribly suitable for vegetarians like you.
That's right.
Which means that this is not the top of Julie's list of great British traditions.
It's not.
But that's okay.
It's
all
right.
You have swags, I've got plum pudding.
Exact plum pudding and mince pies. But do you like mince pies?
I do like mince pies.
Right.
Yeah, especially when the pastry is kind of crispy and they're warm in the centre. Absolutely delicious. And then, of course, with the plum pudding or the Christmas pudding, my favourite bit, which is often also an ecological disaster, is lighting the holly on the top, because the flame has to get going over the whole pudding, and you're supposed to serve it while you've still got flame burning around the pudding, and the holly is on fire, and everything's on fire, and the room is catching fire.
And there's pound coins stuffed into...
little bits of silver, which the kids are all desperately trying to dig out. Yeah, and then there's brandy butter. Of course, you mustn't forget brandy butter, because that is the most delicious thing. I can see even Chris behind the camera is smiling at the mention of brandy butter, because he knows he's got that coming up.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of mince pies, Christmas pudding, or brandy butter, but... but that's okay. I just have never been a fan of it. Comment down below what your favorite sort of Christmas puddings, desserts are over the holiday period. Comment down below. But this is what I've had to adapt to, and I fully have embraced it, immersed myself into it, and I will, just for the Christmas tradition and spirit, I will have a bite of a mince pie or maybe even one whole mince pie, the vegetarian version, and I will have a bite of my Christmas pudding. Just because.
What's your next top Christmas tradition?
I think next top Christmas tradition that I absolutely love, everybody, are Christmas crackers. And this is one of the things that I know some people in America also have really sort of adapted that as well. I think it's as an American, it's one of the British Christmas traditions that we love. They're so much fun. You decorate them on Christmas Day. Everybody at the table has one at their place setting, and it's so fun because obviously they crack, they make a pop, but inside is, some type of prize or toy. But the best thing is the crown and the joke. So we all put crowns on our head.
Well, crowns or paper hats?
Paper hats, sorry, but they're in the shape of crowns.
They are in the shape of crowns.
Yeah, paper hats in the shape of crowns.
Paper crowns, even.
Paper crowns. And then there's the really bad jokes.
The jokes are the best bit, because even if you're having a slightly sorrowful Christmas and you're sitting in the corner looking at everybody else having a wonderful time, you can rally yourself around a good Christmas joke from a cracker. And they're pretty dry, they're pretty corny, and I've got quite a good one.
They're pretty terrible.
I've got a good example of one you probably haven't heard.
Okay, tell me, try me.
Why has Father Christmas been banned from sooty chimneys?
Why has Father Christmas, I'll say Santa Claus, been banned from sooty chimneys?
This is one for today's times.
I don't know.
Because of his carbon footprints.
Oh,
yeah.
Good.
There you go. It's a good one.
Good
It's not
one.
bad, is it, that one?
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Usually, that's not bad. It's not bad. But they always get repeated as well. It's true.
They do.
They do. So we do know them.
They come up every year, some of the good ones.
They do come up. So Christmas crackers, I wish that, I know, again, comment down below if you do Christmas crackers. It's one of the things that I wish that I had sort of growing up, but how could I? I grew up in America and we didn't have that.
And you don't just have the crackers, we also have poppers, what we call party poppers, which are little fireworks that send streams of ribbon that go up and they go over the chandelier and they cover everybody and they make an enormous bang and people kind of jump because they're not expecting them.
Yeah, we do poppers. We still find string or paper
through the year
on the chandelier in the dining room for sure. Okay, number 4 is you, because I've just done crackers.
You've just done crackers. I think that one of the great British traditions around Christmas is going to listen, or was going to listen to the Queen give her speech at 3 o'clock every Christmas Day. And it's something that obviously she did throughout her reign. And it was a moment of the country coming together and listening to the Queen reflect on the previous year. I understand, however, that there was one year in which she didn't give a Christmas speech. And also, in the very early years, and I think it was her father, they had to give it live. Yes. And so they had a miserable Christmas Day because they'd be thinking, oh my God, I've got to give this speech at 3 o'clock and can't eat any food because I'm so nervous. And then
I don't think the Queen ever got nervous.
Then it was pre-recorded, so it got a lot easier. But that is a great British tradition. Obviously, it will be different this year with King Charles.
Yeah, it'll be very different. And I think many, I mean, everybody tunes in this country to, not everybody, but so many people tune in every year to the Queen's Christmas Day message. But I think we will still have, if not even more people tuning in this year because it is King Charles III's first Christmas Day speech. And I think everybody will be tuning in and wanting to listen to, because he will, of course, be reflecting on his mother in that speech. And
he gave a great first speech, which the nation listened to. And I think this one will be something of real interest.
I'm really looking forward to it.
And of course, it's not just to the UK, it's to the Commonwealth.
Yes, so exactly.
It's going out across the world. Right. The last one for today,
which we both really enjoy.
We do both enjoy this,
and I think it's obviously these are our favorite British traditions, but these obviously are, I'm sure, many people who are watching this, their favorite as well. But one thing that we do have here is we have a carol concert every year in the church that is, well, a part of the house that's attached to the house. And we do it every year, and it's really something that your parents started.
It is something my parents started. It's usually 3 or 4 days after Christmas. The church is usually packed. It can only fit about 80 or 90 people. There are people standing at the back. Usually we've got a choir coming. Sometimes we've got a celebrated musician coming. I mean, it's really lovely. Quite a wonderful event. And this year we are going to be live streaming it for our patrons. If you would like to join our patron community, where you get lots of extra content and behind the scenes footage and live streams and Q&As with us, please consider doing that. It's patreon.com/Mapperton Live, and it's hugely helpful in terms of supporting this important part of England's heritage. But this year's carol service, I've heard that they are looking for an additional tenor in the choir, and my name has been put forward, but I'm not sure that I'm going to.
Can you sing?
Offer my. That's so rude, isn't it? I mean, honestly, you've been married to me for ages. Anyway,
I mean, you do a good living on a prayer karaoke.
I do a good karaoke. Exactly.
So there you go. Listen, I'm not saying no, but
can you sing?
But I am really excited for the carol service, and again, it'll be great that we're able with this new technology to live stream it as well, so we can bring it to the world, which is fantastic.
And of course, the carol service brings with it more mince pies and indeed mulled wine.
We have people from the carol service back into the house right here, actually, after the carol service to have more mulled wine and mince pies.
Talking of mulled wine, we've actually got to go and start preparing some. Because we've got people coming over this evening, and mulled wine is on the menu.
It is on the menu, and for those of you who might be wondering, well, what about Julie's traditions? Yeah, well, there's a previous video you can watch where we did our American-British Christmas differences, but rest assured, I do make eggnog. And I think, interestingly enough, a lot of people on the last video that we did last year wanted to know a little bit more about that, about what I really have brought into this family, and eggnog is one of them. So mulled wine and eggnog will be on offer.
Our eggnog is the best.
It is pretty good. Anyway, thank you everybody.
And happy Christmas.
And I'll say Merry Christmas. Bye, and do be sure to comment, like, and subscribe down below. Bye everybody.